Have you ever seen a bird with a frog-like face or a chicken that looks like a dragon? Some birds are so different that they seem to have come from another planet. Today, you'll discover the 15 strangest birds in the world with incredible beaks, colorful feathers, and habits that defy logic. But before we begin, make sure to subscribe to our channel and leave a like. Now let's get started. Number 1. Lady Amherst's pheasant, nature's most spectacular fan. Have you ever seen a bird transform into a living fan during courtship? The Lady Amherst's pheasant is undoubtedly one of the most spectacular and unusual birds in the world, earning the top spot on this list. It inhabits forests of Central Asia and stands out especially for the male, who during courtship spreads his tail into an enormous, vibrant fan, forming nearly a perfect semicircle. Inflating his body and emitting resonant sounds, he dances around the female with hypnotic movements. His plumage is dark, with copper and metallic blue tones. The tail feathers are long and arched, with eye-like patterns resembling gleaming armor. Beyond this display, the pheasant is a robust bird, reaching up to 1 meter in length. It lives in dense vegetation, feeding on seeds, insects, and fruits. Outside the breeding season, it is discreet and solitary, making its display even more special. Number 2. Marabou stork, the gentleman vulture. Have you ever seen a bird that looks like a grumpy, dapper gentleman with a bow tie? That's the marabou stork, with its bald head, long neck, and enormous inflatable throat pouch resembling a loose tie. It is at once ugly and fascinating. Native to sub-Saharan Africa, the marabou can reach 1.5 meters in height with a wingspan exceeding 3 meters. It is one of the largest flying birds on the planet, though it appears clumsy on land. Its featherless head helps maintain cleanliness while feeding on carrion, but it also consumes fish, insects, and even chicks of other birds. It is an efficient ecosystem cleaner, performing an essential ecological role. The inflatable pouch in its neck serves for deep vocalizations and regulating body temperature. Additionally, its black and white plumage, long legs, and imposing beak make it unmistakable. Despite its intimidating appearance, it is social and lives in large colonies, frequently found in open fields, dumps, and riverbanks. Do you find the marabou terrifying or simply misunderstood? Share your thoughts. Number 3. Giant hornbill, the king of forest beaks. Have you ever imagined a bird with a beak so large and imposing that it looks like a living helmet? This is the giant hornbill, also known as the giant Busarodidae, one of the most majestic and fascinating creatures inhabiting the tropics of Southeast Asia. Its striking appearance, complex behavior, and unique adaptations make it a true icon of tropical avifauna, a flying sculpture that inspires admiration and respect. The most remarkable feature of this winged giant is undoubtedly the casque, a protruding structure atop the beak that can occupy almost half of the bird's head. This formation is not merely ornamental. It has multiple biological and social functions. Primarily, the casque helps amplify the sounds emitted by the hornbill, functioning almost like a natural microphone capable of carrying calls over long distances in the dense tropical forest. These vocalizations are crucial for communication among individuals, territory marking, and attracting mates. Additionally, the casque serves as an indicator of maturity and strength, a trait valued in sexual selection. Males with larger and more symmetrical casques tend to have greater success in attracting females, demonstrating how evolution has shaped not only the bird's appearance, but also its reproductive behavior. In terms of size, the giant hornbill is truly impressive. It measures around 1.2 meters in length and can exceed 2 meters in wingspan, making it one of the largest flying birds in the region. Its plumage is predominantly black, with white areas providing elegant contrast, while the neck may show shades of yellow, red, or orange, depending on sex and age. The beak, of course, is curved and powerful, serving multiple functions: feeding, territorial combat, manipulating objects, and giving the bird a distinctive, awe-inspiring appearance. The giant hornbill's behavior is equally fascinating, revealing a surprising social complexity. The species is territorial, living in dense forest areas and avoiding direct competitors whenever possible. It is omnivorous, feeding primarily on fruits, but also consuming small vertebrates and insects, making it an opportunistic and efficient predator. Its frugivorous diet is particularly important for the ecosystem. By consuming fruits and dispersing seeds, the giant hornbill plays a vital role in rainforest regeneration, contributing contributing to the maintenance of local biodiversity. One of the most remarkable aspects of the giant hornbill's life is its reproduction and parental care. When the female is ready to lay eggs, she retreats into a safe tree cavity, sealing the entrance with mud and other materials, leaving only a small opening. For several weeks, she remains inside, protecting the eggs and later the chicks. During this period, the male provides food, carefully delivering it through the opening until the female and chicks are ready to emerge. This demonstrates a high degree of cooperation and parental care, essential for the offspring's survival in a predator-rich environment. The giant hornbill also possesses impressive flying abilities. Despite its size and large beak, it maneuvers deftly through the forest, avoiding obstacles and reaching fruits on the highest branches. Its muscular strength, combined with the aerodynamics of its long, robust wings, allows for powerful and silent flight, essential for escaping predators and covering vast areas in search of food. Culturally, the giant hornbill holds a prominent place in many Southeast Asian traditions. For some indigenous communities, it symbolizes wisdom, strength, and protection. Its deep, resonant calls are often linked to myths and stories of forest spirits, nature guardians, and messengers between worlds. Artists and sculptors have also drawn inspiration from the unique structure of its beak and casque, creating representations that highlight its imposing and natural beauty. From an evolutionary perspective, the giant hornbill is an impressive demonstration of how natural selection shapes forms and behaviors. The casque, for example, evolved over thousands of years, not just as an ornament, but as a functional instrument for communication and survival. Its powerful beak, contrasting plumage, and agile flight patterns reflect adaptations that enable survival in dense, competitive, and often challenging environments. Conservation of the giant hornbill is also crucial. Like many tropical birds, it faces significant threats due to habitat destruction, hunting, and capture for the exotic pet trade. Deforestation drastically reduces areas available for feeding and nesting, while hunting and illegal trade put additional pressure on already fragmented populations. Preservation projects, including forest monitoring, environmental education, and legal protection, are essential to ensure these magnificent birds continue to soar through Southeast Asian skies. Additional curiosities include the giant hornbill's ability to emit a wide range of sounds, from deep roars to soft trills, each with a specific social meaning. Researchers have observed some calls function as danger alerts, while others are used for courtship and establishing hierarchies within shared territories. These capabilities show that the giant hornbill is not only a visual spectacle, but also an example of behavioral complexity and sophisticated communication among tropical birds. In summary, the giant hornbill is much more than a bird with an impressive beak. It symbolizes elegance, strength, adaptability, and ecological complexity. With its sound-amplifying casque, powerful beak, striking plumage, and exemplary parental care, it represents the pinnacle of tropical evolution. Observing this flying sculpture is witnessing the perfect harmony between form, function, and behavior. A true living masterpiece of nature. Have you ever encountered this majestic tropical bird? The giant hornbill is a reminder that the rainforest harbors natural treasures that challenge our imagination, inviting us to admire, protect, and learn from every detail of wildlife. Each flight, call, and interaction is a lesson in adaptation, survival, and the unique beauty of nature. Number 4. Wilson's Bird of Paradise, a living feathered spectacle. Have you ever imagined encountering a creature that seems hand-painted by an artist, every detail carefully crafted like a living work of art? This is Wilson's Bird of Paradise, one of the most spectacular and enigmatic species on the planet, known not only for the exuberance of its colors, but also for its breathtaking courtship rituals that transform the forest into a natural stage. Spotting it is a rare privilege, as this bird not only hides within the dense vegetation of certain Indonesian islands, but is also extremely selective and vigilant, observing every movement around its territory before revealing itself. Physically, the male of this species is a spectacle of colors and shapes. Its bright turquoise blue head, featherless in some areas, displays natural patterns that resemble intricate tattoos, unique to each individual, as if nature had reserved a special brush for each bird. The black body, contrasted with vivid yellow in certain parts, is complemented by a tail ending in 2 long curved feathers, resembling golden threads that move gracefully with every step or display. Every detail of its plumage serves an evolutionary purpose, whether to attract mates or signal health, vigor, and territorial status. The courtship behavior of Wilson's bird of paradise is absolutely fascinating and complex, worthy of a true theatrical performance. The male carefully chooses a cleared space on the forest floor, free of leaves or branches, where it can safely perform its dance. From this point, it begins a series of rhythmic and highly precise movements, hopping from side to side, spreading its wings at various angles, twisting its body, and displaying its tail in majestic curves. All this occurs in complete silence, except for subtle natural sounds created by the feathers brushing the surroundings, producing a hypnotic effect that captures the attention of the observing female. Each gesture, movement, and pose is the result of millions of years of evolution, where only the most skillful and coordinated males earn the right to reproduce. Despite its small stature, about 20 centimeters in length, the male's presence is extremely imposing. Its posture, combined with the hypnotic dance and vibrant colors, transforms each display into an almost mystical ritual. The female, meanwhile, remains discreet, hidden among leaves and branches, evaluating the performance with an almost scientific attention. She observes the symmetry, speed, and precision of the male's movements, selecting only the most talented individuals for reproduction. This selective behavior ensures that only the fittest genes are passed on, explaining the physical and artistic perfection of the species over generations. The habitat of Wilson's bird of paradise is restricted and specific. It lives within the dense vegetation of tropical forests, often in hard-to-access areas, contributing to the rarity of human observations. Its diet consists primarily of fruits, though it supplements with small insects and larvae, ensuring the protein intake necessary to maintain energy and vibrant plumage. This varied diet also makes it an important ecological agent, dispersing seeds and contributing to forest regeneration. Interestingly, the male's territory is rigorously protected. Its displays are not only for attracting females, but also for asserting dominance over other males. Avoiding direct conflict, the performances can last hours, repeated over consecutive days, constantly adjusting the dance according to the female's reaction and the presence of intruders. This dedication to courtship is so intense that during the season, the male may lose weight due to the physical effort and high energy demand of the displays. Wilson's bird of paradise is also an example of extreme sexual selection. The elaborate feathers, vibrant colors, and complex movements serve no practical function for daily survival but are vital for reproduction. Males that cannot master the choreography or possess less vivid colors have low reproductive success. This selective pressure has led the species to develop extraordinary physical and behavioral traits, making it one of the most remarkable examples of sexual selection in the animal kingdom. Beyond its physical beauty and impressive behavior, the species holds significant cultural and scientific value. Biologists and naturalists studying birds of paradise often highlight Wilson's bird as a model for understanding evolution, sexual behavior, and survival strategies in complex habitats. High-resolution documentaries and photography capture the male's dance and plumage, enchanting millions worldwide and emphasizing the importance of preserving its habitat. Conservation of Wilson's bird of paradise is crucial, as deforestation and habitat degradation threaten its populations. These birds depend on intact forests where they can find abundant food, safe display and breeding sites, and natural cover against predators. Preservation initiatives include protecting forest areas, monitoring populations, environmental education, and research programs aimed at better understanding the species' behavior and ecological needs. Every male and female protected represents not only the survival of a species, but the maintenance of an extraordinary natural phenomenon that combines art, biology, and evolution. Another fascinating aspect is its interaction with the environment. During displays, the male uses light and environmental contrast to enhance the visual impact of its feathers. The reflections and brightness of the colors at different angles turn every movement into a true luminous performance. Additionally, Wilson's bird of paradise maintains constant awareness of ambient sounds, avoiding predators and adjusting its dance to every noise or suspicious presence. This ability to integrate movement, color, and environmental perception demonstrates the species' cognitive complexity and refined adaptation to its habitat. In summary, Wilson's bird of paradise is much more than a colorful bird. It is a born artist, a reproductive strategist, and a symbol of extreme adaptation and beauty. Its hypnotic dance, dazzling colors, long curved tail, and territorial behavior make it a living masterpiece. Observing this bird is witnessing the harmony between form, function, and behavior, a ritual that impresses and inspires any attentive observer. Few people in the world have been lucky enough to see this bird in person, but those who have witnessed its displays never forget. It is as if the forest reserved a space for the greatest natural performance, where art, evolution, and wildlife meet in perfect synchrony. Do you think this forest artist deserves the top spot among the planet's most extraordinary birds? Its presence, talent, and uniqueness certainly place it among the most memorable icons of wildlife, reminding us of nature's power to create beauty, complexity, and fascination. Number 5. Frogmouth, the master of terrifying camouflage. Could you spot a bird that looks like a dry branch? A creature that goes unnoticed even when right in front of your eyes? That's exactly what the frogmouth, or potu, masters. This small disguise expert of the American fauna is, without exaggeration, one of Central and South America's most enigmatic creatures, provoking awe and amazement in anyone lucky enough to observe it. The frogmouth is a nocturnal bird belonging to the Nyctobiidae family, specialized in absolute camouflage. Its large, expressive eyes, combined with a wide, flattened bill, give it a unique, almost surreal appearance. During the day, it remains completely still on branches, body stretched, neck slightly raised, and eyes half closed. In this position, it looks like a piece of wood, a fallen branch, or a fragment of a dry tree. Unaware observers can pass by without noticing it, even from just a few meters away. At night, the frogmouth transforms. Its camouflage becomes unnecessary, and it reveals itself as a silent and efficient predator. It opens its enormous mouth, so wide it occupies almost the entire face, and captures insects in mid-flight. The bird uses its sharp vision, adapted to darkness, and its nearly ghostly silent flight to surprise prey such as beetles, moths, grasshoppers, and other nocturnal insects. The name frogmouth refers directly to the peculiar shape of its bill, rounded, wide, and powerful, resembling a frog's jaw ready to capture prey. Interestingly, the area around the bill lacks feathers, giving the bird a naked and mysterious look that enhances its enigmatic aura. The frogmouth's plumage pattern is another remarkable example of evolutionary adaptation. Grayish-brown with black and white spots distributed seemingly at random, its feathers perfectly mimic tree bark, dry branches, dead leaves, and forest shadows. Every detail of color and texture helps the bird remain invisible to predators and prey alike. It's as if the forest itself provided a natural disguise, making the frogmouth nearly undetectable during the day. Physically, the frogmouth can reach up to 35 centimeters in length, large enough to catch considerable prey, but still discreet enough to hide among branches and trunks. Its elongated shape, upright posture, and camouflage abilities make it a true master of disguise in nature. Few people manage to see it, even in areas where it is common, and the surprise of spotting it is almost always accompanied by awe and admiration. The frogmouth's behavior is equally fascinating. It is a solitary bird, preferring to remain unnoticed and avoid unnecessary interactions, like a ghost of the forest. At night, it becomes active and exploratory, using incredible coordination and quick reflexes to capture prey and move silently from branch to branch. Its combination of silent flight, powerful bill, and nocturnal vision makes it a highly efficient predator, capable of hunting with almost surgical precision. Its vocalization is equally impressive and contributes to its mysterious character. Its nighttime calls are long, melodic, and sometimes frightening to first-time listeners. These calls serve various purposes: communication between individuals, territory marking, and alerting of predators or intruders. The deep, prolonged sound echoing through the forest at night is often associated with local legends and superstitions, considered by indigenous peoples as warnings or omens. The frogmouth also has impressive physiological adaptations. Its large eyes not only provide excellent night vision, but also allow detailed perception of movement in low light conditions. It can detect small prey and subtle movements from a distance, a vital talent for survival in dense, dark environments. Its claws and bill are not just hunting tools, but also instruments for gripping branches and moving nimbly, even on inclined trunks or unstable surfaces. Ecologically, the frogmouth plays an important role in forest balance. As an insect predator, it helps control populations that could damage vegetation or local agriculture. Simultaneously, it serves as prey for larger birds and other nocturnal predators, fitting into a complex food web. Its presence indicates ecosystem health, as it depends on dense, relatively intact forests to survive and reproduce. Historically, the frogmouth is surrounded by mystery and cultural fascination. Various Central and South American peoples, upon hearing its nighttime calls, created stories and legends legends about forest spirits and invisible guardians. The bird was studied more intensively only in the 20th century, when scientists began understanding its camouflage and complex behavior. Today, researchers continue exploring its biology, hunting techniques, and unique adaptations, revealing that the frogmouth is much more than a strange bird. It is a living example of sophisticated evolutionary engineering. Reproduction is also noteworthy. It usually builds simple nests on the ground or low branches, relying on camouflage to protect eggs and chicks from predators. Incubation is carried out with dedication, and the ability to remain motionless for hours ensures the eggs go unnoticed. When chicks hatch, their plumage already exhibits patterns that facilitate camouflage, ensuring the next generation continues the tradition of mystery and invisibility. The frogmouth's diet is primarily insectivorous, but can include occasional small vertebrates, such as lizards or frogs, depending on availability. Its hunting technique is refined. It remains still, waiting for prey to approach, then suddenly opens its mouth to capture it with extremely fast reflexes. This method, combining patience, perfect timing, and precision, shows how efficiently evolution has equipped this species to survive in its ecological niche. Beyond physical abilities, the frogmouth displays remarkable intelligence. Studies indicate it can memorize territories, recognize prey behavior patterns, and adapt hunting strategies to different environmental conditions. This combination of passive camouflage, active hunting, and cognitive intelligence makes the frogmouth one of the most fascinating birds in the world, both for scientists and amateur bird watchers. In summary, the frogmouth is far more than a common nocturnal bird. It is a master of camouflage, a silent predator, a forest ghost, and an evolutionary masterpiece. Its branch-like appearance, solitary behavior, silent flight, wide bill, and nocturnal habits make it an example of perfect adaptation, reminding us that nature often chooses the ingenious and unexpected to ensure the survival of unique species. Have you ever seen a creature as camouflaged and enigmatic as the frogmouth? If not, just imagine a branch that moves, opens its mouth like a hungry frog, and disappears again into the forest shadows. It is living proof that nature is both beautiful, mysterious, and astonishing. Every encounter with a frogmouth is a reminder that the world is full of hidden secrets, waiting to be discovered by attentive and curious eyes. Number 6. Dragon chicken, a modern feathered dinosaur. Have you ever imagined a bird that looks like a cross between a dragon and a chicken? This is the dragon chicken, commonly known as Lotson, one of the rarest and most fascinating birds of the Amazon. It has a prehistoric appearance, with spiky feathers, bright red eyes, and a pointed crest that gives it a rebellious look. And the strangest part, it ferments its food in the stomach like a cow. It's the only known bird that does this. This complex digestive process produces a strong and unpleasant smell, earning it the nickname Stinky Chicken. But it's precisely this smell that protects it from predators. The Lotson is a weak flyer. It perches on branches near water, feeding on leaves and shoots. Its chicks are born with clawed wings used to climb trees, a trait reminiscent of dinosaurs. Measuring about 60 centimeters in length, with an elongated body and slow movements, this bird is more often seen than heard. Its call is hoarse and deep, matching its calm and slightly awkward demeanor. A living relic with unique characteristics that defy easy classification. Would you dare to encounter this prehistoric bird in the forest? What do you think of this Jurassic feathered wonder? Number 7. Galena vulturina, the blue lady of the mountain. Imagine a chicken dressed for a grand ball, each feather perfectly placed, colors that seem hand-painted, and a posture worthy of a queen on a runway. This is the Galena vulturina, one of the most impressive and elegant birds of the African continent. Also known as the vulturine guinea fowl, this bird combines sophistication, eccentricity, and fascinating behavior, making it truly unique among terrestrial birds. Appearance, a spectacle of colors. The first thing that catches the eye about the Galena vulturina is its vibrant and complex plumage. Its elongated body is covered with feathers blending intense blue, deep black, and white in striped and spotted patterns, creating an almost artistic appearance. It is as if the bird had been carefully dressed for a natural runway, with every detail designed to impress. The greatest contrast, however, is in the head. Small, bald, and reminiscent of a vulture, the Galena vulturina's head gives the bird its scientific name and adds a touch of eccentricity to its overall look. This contrast between the exuberant body and peculiar head is one of the species' trademarks, making it immediately recognizable. Beyond the plumage, the bird's posture is always elegant. It keeps its neck raised, body firm, and every movement precise, as if always performing an improvised parade across the African savanna. Habitat: the savannas of East Africa. The Galena vulturina is native to East Africa, found in countries such as Kenya, Ethiopia, and Somalia. It prefers open savannas and semi-arid areas where the low vegetation allows it to spot predators and forage easily. Unlike domestic chickens, it does not inhabit backyards or farms. Its life is one of freedom and organization within natural environments. Living in the savanna means constant challenges. Predators such as eagles, large cats, and reptiles threaten the Galena vulturina, requiring constant vigilance. To protect itself, the species has developed unique alert and escape skills, prioritizing running on the ground over flying, a relatively uncommon trait for birds capable of flight. Social behavior: life in a group. The Galena vulturina is highly social, living in large flocks that can number in the dozens. The group moves in organized formations, with each bird playing a role in surveillance, communication, and foraging. Communication among individuals is complex. They use distinct calls to alert others to predators, signal food, and maintain group cohesion. Observational studies show that when one bird senses danger, others quickly react, demonstrating remarkable social intelligence for a terrestrial bird. Care for the young is also communal. Females closely monitor eggs and newly hatched chicks, but the entire flock acts as a protective network, defending the young from threats and sharing information about food sources. Diet: the Blue Lady's menu. The Galena vulturina is omnivorous, feeding mainly on seeds, fruits, small insects, and occasionally small invertebrates found on the ground. Agile when foraging, it uses its strong and precise beak to dig through low vegetation and uncover hidden prey. During dry periods, the bird adjusts its behavior, seeking scarcer foods and resorting to alternative sources, demonstrating resilience and adaptability. The flock organizes itself to maximize foraging success, dividing search areas and avoiding unnecessary internal competition. Defense and survival strategies. Despite its elegant appearance and social behaviors, the Galena vulturina does not underestimate threats. When it detects predators, its first response is to run quickly on the ground, thanks to its long, muscular legs. It prefers sprinting to flying, conserving energy and maintaining control over terrain. If danger approaches too closely, it may use short, explosive flights to escape, perching in low shrubs or small trees. This combination of running and short flight is an effective strategy against natural predators. Additionally, the bird has a collective alert system. When one flock member detects danger, the others respond instantly, creating a dynamic safety network. This social behavior is essential for survival in a habitat full of predators. Reproduction and life cycle. The Galena vulturina has a fascinating reproductive cycle. Females build discrete nests on the ground, camouflaging them with vegetation for protection. Each clutch can contain between 4 and 8 eggs, which are primarily incubated by the female, while the male remains vigilant nearby. After hatching, the chicks are precocious. They begin exploring the environment very early, closely accompanied by the flock. Social learning is essential as the young absorb foraging, predator avoidance, and communication techniques, ensuring their survival. Curiosities and eccentricities. The combination of vibrant plumage and bald head makes the Galena vulturina one of Africa's most exotic birds. It prefers running over flying, rare for birds with strong wings. Its elegant posture and measured walk resemble a natural runway, making it unique among terrestrial birds. Its presence indicates relatively intact ecosystems, as it is sensitive to drastic environmental changes. Cultural presence and observation. The Galena vulturina is highly appreciated by ornithologists, photographers, and ecotourists. Its unique beauty and fascinating social behavior make it a prime target for birdwatchers in Africa. Despite this, it remains little known outside specialized circles, a true hidden gem of the savannas. In local African cultures, some communities regard its blue plumage and dignified posture as symbols of nobility and natural beauty. It inspires tales, paintings, and cultural representations, becoming more than a bird, an aesthetic and symbolic icon. Final considerations. The Galena vulturina is the perfect combination of elegance and eccentricity, a bird that seems to come from an African fashion show while maintaining highly efficient natural, social, and survival behaviors. With plumage that shines in the sun, complex social behavior, and imposing presence, even in a relatively small body, the Blue Lady of the Mountain continues to impress scientists, bird watchers, and nature lovers around the world. It proves that in the animal kingdom, beauty and functionality can coexist perfectly, and that African nature still holds secrets and treasures that seem like fairy tales, but are as real as the savannas it calls home. Number 8. KKP, the parrot that doesn't fly but captivates the world. Did you know there is a parrot that cannot fly? And not only that, it emits a strong scent, reproduces only every few years, and is considered one of the rarest and most fascinating birds on the planet. We are talking about the KKP, the famous kakapo of New Zealand, a true wonder of nature that combines eccentricity, charm, and a survival story that seems straight out of an epic tale. The KKP is one of the few nocturnal parrot species in the world, and the heaviest in its family, reaching an impressive 4 kilograms. Imagine a parrot the size of a small rabbit with a robust body covered in dense green feathers adorned with yellowish spots, offering perfect camouflage in temperate forests and native bush. This color pattern is a classic example of evolutionary adaptation. It protects the animal from predators and allows it to remain unnoticed while foraging or resting among trees and shrubs. Unlike the vast majority of parrots, the KKP does not fly. This characteristic makes it particularly unique and also vulnerable. Without the ability to take flight, it moves by walking, climbing trees, and shrubs with the help of its claws and beak, which function as precise tools to grasp branches, fruits, and seeds. Its movements may seem clumsy, but they are incredibly efficient. Every step and climb reveals the strength and skill of this remarkable species. The KKP is also extremely gentle and curious, displaying a personality that has won the hearts of scientists, conservationists, and wildlife enthusiasts around the world. Its curiosity is accompanied by slight clumsiness, which, far from being a disadvantage, enhances its charm. Observers describe the parrot as a living plush toy, walking cautiously on the forest floor, exploring the environment with its beak, and interacting with other members of its species in a gentle and inquisitive manner. A particularly curious aspect of the KKP is its sweet scent. Unlike most birds, which have neutral or nearly imperceptible odors, the kakapo emits a characteristic aroma, almost like vanilla or honey, making it relatively easy to locate for those familiar with its environment. However, this same scent poses a significant challenge for survival, as introduced predators like cats, rats, and stoats can detect it easily, making the species extremely vulnerable. Another extraordinary feature of the KKP is its extremely low reproductive rate. Unlike most birds, which reproduce annually or several times a year, the kakapo depends on specific flowering cycles of native trees to breed. The most important is the rimu tree, whose fruits appear abundantly only every 2 to 4 years. Only during these years of plenty can the KKP reproduce successfully, laying eggs and ensuring the survival of the species. This rare cycle makes each chick a true biodiversity treasure and explains why the population remained so small for so long. Historically, the KKP fell victim to an evolutionary tragedy. Having evolved on isolated islands without natural terrestrial predators, it lost the ability to fly, becoming terrestrial and highly reliant on the safety of its environment. However, with the arrival of humans in New Zealand and the introduction of predators like cats, rats, and stoats, the kakapo faced a drastic decline. Over centuries, the population plummeted to critical numbers, becoming one of the most dramatic examples of biodiversity threat caused by invasive species. Today, the KKP is considered one of the rarest birds in the world, and all remaining individuals are under strict monitoring by conservationists. Protection programs include relocating parrots to predator-free islands, continuous radio tracking, and even personalized breeding care to ensure each individual has the highest chance of survival and reproductive success. Each parrot is documented, monitored, and analyzed in detail. Weight, health, diet, and behavior are observed, and experts ensure that reproductive years are maximized. Beyond its rarity and ecological importance, the KKP has captured the hearts of all who work for its survival. Scientists describe the emotional and inspiring role this bird plays. Witnessing a healthy kakapo interacting curiously and playfully in its protected habitat is like watching a small natural wonder in action. The species has become a symbol of resilience and perseverance, showing how conservation and human care can make a difference when biodiversity is at risk. The KKP's behavior is also fascinating from a social and communicative perspective. As a nocturnal species, interactions occur mainly at night. Adult males emit deep, resonant grunts known as booming calls, audible kilometers away. These sounds serve reproductive purposes, attracting females and establishing territories. Each vocalization is unique, allowing individuals to recognize one another from a distance and avoid direct conflicts. It is a true nocturnal wildlife sound spectacle, revealing intelligence and complex communication in birds once thought to be simple and silent. The KKP's diet is another captivating aspect. It feeds mainly on seeds, fruits, and shoots, being highly selective about its food. This specialized diet is closely linked to reproductive success, as only in years of abundant food can females accumulate sufficient reserves to reproduce. This relationship between nutrition and reproduction is a striking example of how evolution shaped the KKP's life, highly adapted to its island's environmental conditions. The KKP also exhibits a surprising lifespan. Some individuals live more than 60 years, making it not only rare but also exceptionally long-lived among birds of its size. This longevity, combined with irregular reproduction, creates unique conservation challenges. Each living individual represents decades of experience, social wisdom, and reproductive potential, making the protection of each parrot a top priority. Beyond its ecological importance, the KKP holds significant cultural value in New Zealand. For the Maori, the indigenous people of the region, the kakapo is a creature of respect and admiration, often associated with stories of healing, wisdom, and spiritual connection to the land. Its preservation is not only a matter of science, but also of cultural heritage and tradition, reinforcing the need to protect these exceptional beings in harmony with ancestral knowledge. In summary, the KKP is much more than a terrestrial parrot. It is a symbol of resilience, adaptation, and rarity, a species that defies all expectations regarding birds, animal behavior, and conservation. Its robust body, camouflaged feathers, distinctive scent, nocturnal habits, deep calls, and rare reproduction make it a truly unique creature. Observing a kakapo is witnessing the complexity of life and the beauty of nature in its rarest and most enchanting form. Anyone familiar with the KKP knows it resembles a living plush toy, curious, gentle, and full of stories to tell. Each step, each grunt, each glance represents a lesson in survival, adaptation, and hope. In a world where so many species disappear silently, the KKP reminds us of the importance of fighting for those who cannot fight for themselves. A living treasure of New Zealand, walking on the ground but soaring straight into the hearts of all who know its story. Number 9. Inca gull, the elegance of the Pacific with a white mustache. Gray elegance with a perfectly curved white mustache. The Inca gull is a true masterpiece of nature, a seabird that challenges human imagination and enchants anyone who observes it. Have you ever imagined a gull with a mustache? That is exactly what this species displays, and it's not just for aesthetics. Each white feather projecting from the side of its face carries biological and social significance. The Inca gull is one of the greatest natural eccentricities along the coasts of the South American Pacific, combining beauty, skill, and complex behavior in ways few other animals can. Native to the coastal regions of Peru and Chile, this bird occupies a range that stretches from sandy beaches to the most isolated rocky islands. These sites were not chosen by chance. They offer abundant food, safe nesting locations, and natural protection against terrestrial predators. Its geographic distribution highlights the species' ability to adapt to extreme environments, including steep cliffs, strong ocean currents, and constant winds. It is an expert in navigating the coastal ecosystem, demonstrating a remarkable integration of behavior and habitat. Physically, the Inca gull measures about 40 centimeters, an average size for seabirds in its family, with dark gray plumage that contrasts spectacularly with its immaculate white mustache. Its bright, alert, and expressive eyes seem to reflect constant intelligence and curiosity, while its beak and legs, a vivid red, add a dramatic dramatic touch to its appearance. This color contrast is not only visually striking but also serves evolutionary functions. The mustache, for example, acts as an indicator of health and sexual attractiveness. Gulls with more defined and symmetrical mustaches are more likely to find mates during the breeding season, a perfect example of sexual selection in action. Additionally, these feathers can aid visual communication within colonies, allowing individuals to identify each other from a distance and facilitating social interactions and cooperation. The feeding habits of the Inca gull are equally fascinating. It is an excellent fisher, specializing in catching fish and crustaceans. Its rapid, precise dives reveal not only physical skill, but also learning ability and spatial memory, as the bird learns tide patterns, currents, and prey behavior over time. Hunting techniques vary. Some perform high-speed dives to capture individual prey, while others adopt cooperative fishing tactics, following schools of fish or even interacting with other bird species to maximize feeding success. This versatility makes the Inca gull an impressive example of evolutionary adaptation to the coastal environment. Socially, the Inca gull is highly gregarious and lives in large colonies. During the breeding season, colonies can transform into true winged cities, with hundreds of birds interacting, defending territories, establishing hierarchies, and vocalizing incessantly. The constant sound of these vocalizations creates a natural orchestra, an acoustic spectacle combining songs, alarm calls, and communications between partners and chicks. This social complexity shows that despite its delicate and elegant appearance, the Inca gull has an intense and sophisticated social life, crucial for the survival and perpetuation of the species. Territorial behavior is another defining characteristic. The Inca gull defends its nests with determination. It typically builds its homes in protected areas among rocks or cliffs, using seaweed, shell fragments, and other available marine materials. These nests not only provide protection from predators, but also shield chicks from harsh weather, such as strong winds and heavy rain. Both males and females demonstrate extreme dedication, participating in egg incubation and chick care, ensuring the next generation is well prepared to face coastal challenges. Beyond its practical and behavioral traits, the Inca gull has a graceful flight that makes it easily recognizable against the Andean coastal sky. Its elegant silhouette, combined with smooth and precise movements, makes it a visual spectacle. Birdwatchers and professional photographers often highlight the species' unique posture and style, which seems straight from a natural runway. Each wing beat conveys a combination of strength and lightness, showing that even in a relatively small body, aerodynamic efficiency and beauty coexist in perfect harmony. The ecological importance of the Inca gull is significant. As a predator of fish and crustaceans, it helps regulate prey populations, maintaining balance in the marine ecosystem. Its droppings also provide essential nutrients for coastal plants and marine organisms, playing a vital role in nutrient cycling. In this way, the Inca gull is not only a visually enchanting element of the landscape, but also a key player in the ecological health of the South American Pacific coast. Culturally, the Inca gull holds a significant place in local tradition and folklore. Fishermen and coastal inhabitants often observe its behavior to anticipate weather changes and tidal patterns, using the bird's natural instincts as a kind of ecological barometer. In some regions, the Inca gull is considered a symbol of vigilance and adaptability, reflecting its ability to survive in challenging and dynamic environments. Interestingly, recent research on the Inca gull reveals fascinating physiological adaptations. It exhibits great resistance to constant exposure to wind, salt, and moisture, thanks to a combination of dense, waterproof plumage and specialized glands that remove excess salt from the body. This allows it to survive in environments where other birds might face dehydration or salt poisoning. Its orientation and navigation skills are also remarkable. Studies indicate it uses sunlight patterns, tides, and even magnetic cues to locate feeding sites and colonies, demonstrating advanced cognitive abilities. During the breeding season, sexual selection among Inca gulls is intense. The white mustache is not merely ornamental, it is a direct indicator of genetic health and physical fitness. Males with more symmetrical and prominent mustaches have higher success in attracting females, showing how seemingly trivial physical traits can be decisive in species evolution. This phenomenon is a classic example of how nature uses visual signals to convey information about quality and reproductive reproductive compatibility. The Inca gull also plays an important role in environmental education. Observing it in its natural habitat can inspire conservation of coastal regions and rocky islands, promoting respect for biodiversity. Its presence indicates the health of coastal ecosystems and can serve as a warning for environmental impacts, such as pollution, overfishing, and habitat destruction. In summary, the Inca gull is much more than a simple coastal bird. Its gray elegance, unmistakable white mustache, hunting prowess, complex social life, and ecological importance make it an extraordinary species. It combines grace, intelligence, adaptability, and a unique appearance that makes it a natural icon of the South American Pacific coast. Observing this bird is witnessing a symphony of behaviors, colors, and movements that remind us of the complexity and beauty of wildlife. The Inca gull is not just a curiosity, it is a true natural treasure, an example of the art evolution creates when it perfectly blends form, function, and behavior. Have you ever imagined a gull with a mustache soaring over the coastal sky, diving with surgical precision, and interacting with hundreds of other birds in a vibrant colony? This is the Inca gull, one of the many wonders proving that nature always has incredible surprises waiting to delight us and teach about adaptation, beauty, and resilience. Number 10. Shrike, the thorn assassin. Imagine a sparrow-sized bird, seemingly delicate and fragile, but with habits worthy of a fierce predator. This is the essence of the shrike, one of the most fascinating and enigmatic birds in the world. Commonly known as the butcher bird, this small predator surprises with its cunning, courage, and highly strategic behavior, physical appearance, elegance, and precision. The shrike is elegant in its proportions. Its feathers blend soft gray, pure white, and deep black, forming a harmonious and functional pattern. Its most striking feature is the black stripe across its eyes, resembling a thief's or ninja mask, giving the bird an intense, alert, and focused expression. The body is compact, aerodynamic, and adapted for hunting. Its upright posture and piercing gaze reveal constant awareness of its surroundings, as if every movement is carefully calculated. Despite its small size, the shrike conveys a sense of strength and determination that impresses observers. Its wings are proportional to its body, allowing fast and precise flight, essential for chasing prey or striking with agility. Its claws and beak, though small, are sharp and highly efficient for capturing, handling, and tearing food, making it a complete predator in its niche. Habitat: Europe, Asia, and Africa. The shrike inhabits open areas such as fields, grasslands, scrublands, and semi-arid regions. It is often found in locations with thorny bushes, scattered trees, and natural or artificial fences that it can use to store its prey. Its geographic range spans vast areas of Europe, Asia, and North Africa, adapting to various climates and vegetation types. It prefers habitats with good visibility, allowing it to simultaneously observe predators and prey. Additionally, these habitats provide the structure for its unique prey-storing behavior. Thorny branches, bushes, and even wire fences become improvised food caches, ensuring reserves for leaner days. Behavior and predatory habits. The shrike's most famous trait is undoubtedly its practice of impaling prey on thorns or barbed wire. Insects, small rodents, reptiles, and even other smaller birds can be temporarily impaled, allowing the shrike to consume them in an organized manner or use them as a cutting tool, tearing or fragmenting prey with precision. This intelligent behavior demonstrates strategic skill and excellent memory, as it remembers the location of each impaled prey. It's as if the small bird carries a perfectly organized portable butcher shop in nature. Despite its aggressive hunting style, the shrike is extremely observant. It often perches on posts, branches, or elevated fences, silently watching its prey for long periods before striking. Each movement is calculated, and attacks are nearly always precise, reflecting exceptional evolutionary efficiency, reproduction, and courtship a charm arsenal. In addition to using thorns as a natural butcher's block, the shrike employs this skill to court females. Impaled prey becomes trophies displayed to signal strength, skill, and ability to provide food. This display impresses potential mates, increasing reproductive success. The nest is built in dense shrubs or hard-to-reach places, providing protection from predators. The female usually lays 3 to 6 eggs, incubated for about 2 weeks. After hatching, the chicks receive intensive care from both parents, quickly learning hunting, storing, and vigilance techniques essential for survival. Intelligence and adaptability. The shrike is among the most intelligent birds for its size. It observes prey movement patterns, recognizes potential threats, and uses environmental structures innovatively. Branches, bushes, and fences become extensions of its body used for storing, cutting, or displaying food. The species also demonstrates planning ability and spatial memory, remembering exactly where each prey item was impaled, even returning days later. This behavior reveals not only instinct, but reasoning and adaptability, remarkable traits for such a small bird. Defense and survival strategies. Despite being a predator, the shrike must avoid larger predators. Its strategies include constant vigilance, observing the surroundings from high points to avoid surprise attacks, use of environment. Thorns and bushes serve not only as storage, but also as natural barriers against predators. Quick escape, capable of short, rapid flights to evade immediate threats. This combination of hunting aggression and survival caution makes the shrike a balanced predator strategist, a true example of evolutionary adaptation, curiosities, and unique behavior called the butcher bird in English. Its impaling technique is unique and rarely seen in other species, uses impaled prey for both feeding and courtship, a fascinating and multifunctional behavior. Despite hunting aggressiveness, it is sociable with other individuals outside food competition, has excellent spatial memory, allowing precise location of stored items, cultural presence and observation. Bird watchers and ornithologists often highlight the shrike as one of the most ingenious small bird predators. Its combination of physical beauty, strategic behavior, and unique habits makes it a captivating subject for scientific study and bird-watching tourism. In some local cultures, the shrike is admired for its skill and courage, symbolically associated with cunning, vigilance, and fearlessness. Conclusion. The shrike, the thorn assassin, combines strength, intelligence, and unique behavior in a small body. It proves that size does not define a predator's complexity. With surprising hunting habits, strategic thinking, and even charm displays during courtship, this tiny bird is an impressive example of nature's ingenuity. Observing it up close is witnessing precision, cunning, and elegance concentrated in a small but extraordinarily effective creature. It reminds us that in the animal kingdom, even the smallest individuals can be true warriors, adapting and innovating to survive and thrive. Number 11. Sword-billed hummingbird, the one with a beak longer than its body. Have you ever seen a hummingbird with a beak so long it looks like a sword? The sword-billed hummingbird is exactly that, a striking example of extreme adaptation in nature. This bird lives in the Andes of South America, at high altitudes and cold climates. Its most notable feature is the beak, which can measure over 10 centimeters, longer than its own body. But why such a long beak? The answer lies in the flowers it feeds on. It drinks nectar from plants with deep corollas, inaccessible to other birds. Its beak functions like a specialized key to a natural safe. Despite its size, it flies with astonishing precision. It beats its wings up to 80 times per second and can hover in mid-air like a helicopter. It has a long, forked tongue that quickly collects nectar. Its body is small, with feathers ranging from metallic green to blue, and the tail is slightly forked. It is solitary and territorial, defending its flowers boldly against other hummingbirds. It is the only known bird that sleeps with its beak pointing upward to maintain balance. A true marvel of natural engineering. Have you ever seen a beak so long on such a tiny bird? Share in the comments what you think of this Andean gem. Number 12. Bearded vulture, the flying bone eater. Have you ever heard of a bird that feeds almost exclusively on bones? It exists, and it's called the bearded vulture. This impressive bird lives in the mountains of Europe, Asia, and Africa, and is one of the most enigmatic and majestic birds in the world. The bearded vulture has a commanding appearance. It can reach up to 1.3 meters in length and a wingspan of 3 meters. Its plumage varies between shades of beige and orange due to its habit of rubbing against iron-rich soil, but the most curious aspect is its diet. It eats bones, using its powerful beak to break them into smaller pieces, or dropping them from great heights onto rocks until they shatter. It then consumes the fragments to access the marrow, a nutrient-rich source. Its eyes are piercing, and it has dark, beard-like feathers beneath its beak, giving it a mythical appearance. It is solitary, quiet, and glides over mountains with haunting elegance. Despite its intimidating look, it poses no threat to living animals. In fact, it plays a crucial ecological role, cleaning up carrion and bone remains. Watching this on TV? Don't forget to like and subscribe, and tell me in the comments, would you dare to see one up close in the mountains? Number 13. Ayam cemani, the completely black chicken. Have you ever imagined a bird that is entirely black even in its bones? This is the ayam cemani, an exotic chicken from Indonesia that seems straight out of a supernatural tale. Its appearance is so unusual that some call it the shadow chicken. Well, what makes it special is fibromelanosis, a rare genetic condition causing excess pigmentation. The result, everything about it is black: feathers, skin, beak, tongue, meat, bones, and even internal organs. Despite its dark appearance, the ayam cemani is calm and friendly. It is raised both out of curiosity and for its cultural value. In Indonesia, it is believed to bring luck and spiritual protection. Physically, it is sleek, with shiny feathers reflecting metallic hues under light. Its dark eyes and black comb complete its mysterious look. It is considered one of the most expensive chickens in the world, costing hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Not very productive in eggs. Its fame mainly comes from its appearance and symbolism. For this reason, it is cherished by collectors, specialized breeders, and curious enthusiasts. A true living artwork blending genetics, culture, and mystery. Would you dare to raise an entirely black chicken, or would you prefer to admire it from afar? Number 14. Eurasian hoopoe, the bird mohawk. Have you seen a bird with a rock star hairstyle? The Eurasian hoopoe is exactly that. With a straight orange and black crest that fans out like a headdress, it catches attention wherever it goes. This bird lives in warm regions of Europe, Asia, and North Africa. It measures about 25 centimeters and has light brown plumage with black stripes on the wings. But the most impressive feature is its crest, which rises when the bird is excited or alert. Its long, curved beak is perfect for catching insects and larvae on dry soil. It is also famous for a distinctive, repetitive call which inspired its English name. The hoopoe nests in cavities of trees, walls, or old buildings. Here's a strange fact: its chicks emit a strong, unpleasant smell as a defense against predators. It is a solitary bird but highly territorial and may even confront larger birds to defend its space. Charming, exotic, and with a unique look, the hoopoe seems like a mix of elegance and natural rebellion. Would you let this feathered mohawk visit your garden? Tell us in the comments. Number 15. Rhinoceros hornbill, the beak that looks like a living helmet. If you think you've seen all of nature's wonders, wait until you meet the rhinoceros hornbill, a bird that seems to have stepped straight out of a myth or an ancient sculpture. Native to the dense tropical forests of Southeast Asia, it is a creature that combines majesty, eccentricity, and a touch of surrealism. Its unmistakable appearance, with a rigid horn on its beak resembling a helmet, is just the beginning of a series of fascinating traits that make the rhinoceros hornbill a true masterpiece of evolution. The first detail that catches the eye is the enormous helmet projecting from its beak. This is not just ornamentation, it is a bony structure, technically called a casque, that serves multiple essential functions. It amplifies the sounds produced by the bird, acting like a resonance chamber. When the hornbill vocalizes, its calls echo through the forest with remarkable power and clarity, audible over surprising distances. This ability is not only a display of vocal strength, but also a sophisticated communication tool used to attract mates and establish territory. The casque also has an aesthetic function, serving as a visual signal to females that the male is healthy and genetically fit. Its vibrant color, usually shades of red-orange, enhances this effect, making the male even more noticeable among the dense green foliage. The rhinoceros hornbill's plumage is mostly black, elegantly contrasted with white details on the wings and tail. The long tail, ending in well-defined feathers, completes the bird's exotic and balanced look. Its beak, robust and yellow, supports the casque firmly, creating a visual combination that is both intimidating and mesmerizing. The wingspan of this bird can reach an impressive 1 meter or more, giving it a striking presence in its natural environment. Despite its size, it moves with agility among the tall trees, hopping or gliding short distances with incredible precision. Its natural habitat is the dense, humid forests of Southeast Asia, including regions in Malaysia, Sumatra, and Borneo. It prefers primary forests, where vegetation is dense and tall trees are abundant, ideal for nesting and protection from predators. Its diet is primarily highly frugivorous, feeding on tropical fruits of various species, playing a crucial role in seed dispersal and ecosystem maintenance. However, it can also supplement its diet with insects, small vertebrates, and other birds' eggs, demonstrating opportunistic behavior that aids survival in challenging environments. One of the most impressive behaviors of the rhinoceros hornbill is its nesting ritual. The female chooses a safe cavity in a tall tree and enters the nest alone, while the male guards from outside. To ensure the safety of the partner and chicks, the male seals the nest entrance with a mixture of mud and feces, leaving only a small slit through which he can feed the female during incubation. This behavior, which may seem extreme or even strange to human eyes, is a highly efficient evolutionary strategy. It protects the offspring from predators and adverse environmental conditions, significantly increasing the chick's chances of survival. During this period, communication between male and female is constant, and the resonant calls play a vital role in maintaining their bond. Despite its majesty and beauty, the rhinoceros hornbill faces serious threats in the wild. It is currently classified as endangered, mainly due to habitat destruction and illegal trade. Its casque, impressive for both appearance and biological functions, is targeted by hunters and collectors, sold as fake ivory or as an exotic decorative item. This exploitation threatens natural populations, and the fragmentation of tropical forests caused by logging and agriculture worsens the situation. Conservation of this species requires not only direct protection of individuals and nests, but also the preservation and restoration of its natural habitat, essential to ensure future generations of hornbills can thrive. The social behavior of the rhinoceros hornbill is equally fascinating. Although territorial and sometimes aggressive toward other males, it shows affection and cooperation within established pairs. Outside the breeding season, it can be seen in small groups, especially when food is abundant. Its intelligence is evident. It can memorize routes, locate food sources, and even use simple object manipulation techniques, such as opening tough fruit shells or moving branches to reach fruit. This advanced cognitive ability places it among Southeast Asia's most intelligent birds, comparable in problem solving to some crows and parrots. Culturally, the rhinoceros hornbill also fascinates local populations. In many regions, it is considered sacred or a symbol of strength and protection. Ancient myths and legends frequently mention birds with imposing beaks or similar features, and the hornbill's appearance certainly contributed to these stories. Its presence in artifacts, paintings, and folklore demonstrates the impact nature can have on human imagination, inspiring respect and admiration for generations. Another remarkable aspect of the rhinoceros hornbill is its longevity. In the wild, it can live up to 35 years, a relatively long period for a bird of its size. This allows it to participate in multiple breeding cycles and play a continuous role in its habitat's social and ecological structure. Its reproduction is slow but efficient. Each brood usually contains only 1 or 2 chicks, emphasizing the importance of protective strategies like nest sealing by the male. The sound produced by the rhinoceros hornbill is undoubtedly one of its most impressive features. Its calls can be heard over a kilometer away in the forest, serving as alerts, partner communication, or territory marking. The combination of bony casque and vocalization creates an acoustic effect so powerful that researchers often describe it as a forest trumpet, capable of echoing through valleys and dense trees. In bioacoustic studies, scientists even use hornbill sounds as indicators of biodiversity and ecological health in the region. Beyond its beauty and behavior, the rhinoceros hornbill has impressive anatomical adaptations. The casque not only amplifies sound, but also protects the beak during male disputes and while handling large or heavy fruits. Its long, robust wings allow precise flights between trees despite the additional weight of the casque. Its large eyes provide excellent binocular vision, essential for hunting insects, spotting predators, and navigating the complex three-dimensional forest. Unfortunately, human presence has placed constant pressure on this magnificent species. Conservation projects such as natural reserves, captive breeding programs, and environmental education are essential to ensure its survival. Raising awareness about its ecological and cultural value is crucial. It is not merely an exotic creature to observe, but a vital component of the forest, contributing to seed dispersal and ecosystem balance. In summary, the rhinoceros hornbill is far more than an exotic bird with a helmet-like beak. It is a living example of evolutionary complexity, animal intelligence, and nature's unmatched beauty. Majestic, exotic, and endowed with almost unbelievable habits, the rhinoceros hornbill stands out as a true living work of art. Its imposing beak, contrasting plumage, resonant vocalizations, and extraordinary nesting behavior behavior make it a symbol of Southeast Asia's biodiversity. Seeing a rhinoceros hornbill in its habitat is witnessing the magnificence of wildlife, an experience that inspires respect, admiration, and a deep connection with the natural world. Have you ever had the chance to see a bird with a colorful horn that looks like a living sculpture? The rhinoceros hornbill reminds us that nature, with its creativity and ingenuity, can create beings that defy our imagination and invite us to see the world with wonder and curiosity. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed our content, subscribe to our channel and leave a like. Also, check out other interesting videos appearing on your screen now, and I'll see you in the next video. See you next time.